Tory Lanez. By the time this comes out, he will be sentenced. August 7th is his sentencing date. Today is August 4th. So, his lawyers are actually asking for probation and have him stay in a drug treatment facility because of past trauma and alcoholism.
He's got a lot of nerve.
Listen, I've been saying this for like 2 years that Tory's going to be found guilty and he's going to go to prison. Just because of everything I know about this case and everyone I've spoken to and going through the paperwork and everything else like this, it's like you could dance around it all you want. You could blame it on Rock Nation. You could blame it on Kelsey. You could blame it on social media. But at the end of the day, he shot her. And she took the stand and said, he shot me. So it doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure out what's going to happen next if he goes to court, right? Unless he figures out some sort of crazy plea deal that's just probation, he's going to jail, especially if he goes to court. And I remember at one point he DM'd me and he was all trying to figure out what I knew and he's calling me a cop and all this other type of shit. And I'm like, you're insulting the wrong person right now. Like I'm not your problem.
Tory Lanez is someone who I feel like if anybody, and I don't wish prison on anybody, but if there's anybody out there that seems like they could really use some prison time, it might be him. Because my whole time knowing him and being around him, I've just seen nothing but just hothead behavior and just him acting like a total fucking jabroni. There's an underground rapper named Dax that...
Yeah, right. He pulled out a gun on him, right?
Yeah, and there's a video of him sort of like taunting him and like his boys beat his ass or whatever. I remember even one time at the store, my old store, this is maybe 2018, whenever I interviewed Tory Lanez, that we got done doing the interview, and he has a big-ass security guard with him, and the security guard didn't have a gun. But there was like a bunch of gang members who basically pulled up to the store and had sort of surrounded his Sprinter that he had arrived in, and it was like parked in the back of the store, and they're sort of milling around out there and stuff, and Tory wanted to leave and get in the car, but it's pretty obvious that they're going to have to deal with this whole situation before that happens. Now, one of my homies had a gun, and the security guard asked if he could take the gun. This is all a terrible idea, but he asked if he could take the gun to go out and speak to these guys, right, and try to figure out what the issue was. And Tory starts jumping up and down, being like, "No, I want to hold it. I want to be the one with the gun." So you got this motherfucker. He's like 7 foot tall, big, crazy face tattoos and shit. He's a real gang member from LA who had just gotten out of prison or whatever. And Tory wanted to be the one holding the strap when they go out to have this conversation with these guys. And I believe the security guard, as well as his team, kind of did not allow this to happen. They didn't let him go out there with the gun or whatever. But that just really stood out to me as like, oh, you're famous and you're rich. And you still, even though you have a security guard with you, you're not willing to, like, you want to be the badass in this situation. You want to be the hothead. And I had the same exact thing happen as with you, where the No Jumper social media was just posting regular shit, updates about his trial and everything. And, he comes up in my DMs basically calling me a piece of shit and attacking me and telling me that, I'm falling off and my business is fucked or whatever. And I was going to see what was going to happen or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people have those experiences with him. So I can't lie. I feel like he is somebody that probably could do with 10 years behind bars because he is a fucking asshole.